Okay. So, from what we've been told, we have Affinity versus
Boggles.
All right.
So, no matter what we do, this match is going to be really, really quick.
Okay.
Apparently, my match-picking skills are real bad.
Okay. So, we're looking for good opening hands, because these games are not lasting long enough to draw out of them.
Nope.
So...
I was kind of hoping... Derrick has a lot of modern decks built. He also works here at the store.
Right.
So he had a lot of decks to choose from tonight.
When you get that employee discount, you know?
Well, I mean, we don't get it on singles. But...
Right, but whenever a new buy list comes up, he's obviously trying to trade in stuff on his off days.
He had he built Storm a little bit ago, so I was kind of hoping he'd play that today.
He was pretty excited about that Storm deck.
But he really likes Boggles. Like,
right.
He built it before it got expensive, before Reed Duke started playing. Everyone was like, oh, Boggles is actually good.
Well, I think it's the price spike on the 2-mana enchantment.
Yeah, he didn't get him before that, but...
Right. Price spike happened,
but the Horizon Canopy price spike, that was a big deal to be under.
Yeah,
and he was under that by like 5 cards.
It's crazy that one deck can push a card to get that expensive.
Well, I mean the green white hate bears deck was playing it too, and stuff like that.
Okay, so
like there was some other green white deck.
Probably some kind of Malaria pod.
Probably at least one copy in a Malaria pod deck.
Right.
So, well, it looks like we're getting started. I don't know who's going first.
Okay.
I want to say that Derrick is mulliganing and Matt is gonna go first. Are they both mulliganing?
It looks like they're both shuffling, so they've either not started their match yet, or...
I think they might both be mulliganing, because these are decks that really need to have... Derrick plays against the Affinity... He played against it a couple times.
Right.
He's been playing at Epic Loot, and he's been playing Boggles for a while, so
Plus he has an Affinity deck built for Legacy, so he has an understanding of what's going on.
Well, he has Legacy. I think he has all the Legacy pieces, but he has it built for Modern too right now.
Right.
So he knows he knows that Matt is playing... He knows he's playing Ravager Affinity.
Right.
It's not like this is an unknown element tonight.
On the other hand, Matt's been playing this Affinity deck for a very long time. I don't know if you know this, but he had this built back in original Mirrodin. And he had a foil copy of the deck. That's why you see him play the staples from back in that format. All of them are foil. He foiled that deck up. That's back when Matt was PTQing pretty hard, too. So he's very familiar with this deck.
Yeah, and Derrick's really familiar with Boggles, and he knows that it comes down to, do I have the lifelink enchantment?
Right.
Because if I do, I can beat down that... I mean, we're looking at the same sort of style of thing trying to kill each other, but I feel like Derrick Voltroning up is a little bit more powerful than Matt Voltroning up with some cranial platings.
Right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it Voltroning up. You're literally adding one equipment to your card and making it unbeatable. So.
Well, I mean, we're adding Ethereal Armor and a lifelink enchantment, making our guy pretty much unbeatable.
Well, I mean, plus the totem armors.
Well, rebuke in our hand. Let's do it.
We're rock and rolling.
We're rocking and we're rolling.
2/0 drop artifacts.
And a Blink Moth Nexus. Okay. And that's a Rager Verge Thicket, which is very solid for Derrick because he's not taking damage as that deck normally does.
Correct. Though Affinity does have the backup plan of Ink Moth Nexus Cranial Plating.
Yeah.
So he's going to need to find a reach or a flying enchantment.
Well, I mean, they do play. The theory is to get Spider Umbra on it, and either Ethereal Armor or
you want the flying.
Well, no. Well, you need both because otherwise you can't beat it because it just kills your guy after you've.
We'll take it, right?
You'll take the ability to block in general. Well, we are turning a card upside down.
That looks like Spirit Link, maybe?
Spirit Link Rancor, maybe?
Yeah. Derrick was talking about the Spirit Link tech. He likes it because he can double up on the lifelink with cards like Armadillo Cloak.
Unfortunately for him,
So.
Unfortunately for him, he couldn't exactly attack.
And that is a basic mountain, so we can be expecting Galvanic Blast out of this Affinity deck, maybe some Shrapnel Blast.
Your recording has reached the maximum length. To replay your message, press 1.
Recording? What? Was that a mailbox? Alright, so we have 2 mana, and that is in fact a Ravager. So Matt's got a pretty good start here, but Derrick's just not letting up. Look at all these enchantments, man. He is just... Jeez.
That's a Daybreak Cornet.
Yeah.
Daybreak Cornet is not what Matt wanted to see here.
No.
Because he has now doubled up lifelink with First Strike and Vigilance.
Does he have Trample, though?
Yes, he has a Rancor.
Oh.
He has Spirit Link, Rancor, and
so the Ravager,
and Daybreak Cornet.
So the Ravager block sack is not
no,
going to work.
it is not going to work.
That is not good.
Why is Matt only at 14? Is that a Daybreak Cornet? Am I correct? It has a feature shifted border on there. Mm-hmm. So Spirit Link, Daybreak Cornet, Rancor. That's 6 damage. That's correct.
Okay.
But that does put Derrick to 29.
Though on turn 2, he did attack with a Spirit Link and a Rancor. So
he did not. He did not attack with the creature.
Okay.
He specifically did not because it would have traded with the Memnite. It only had one toughness.
Correct.
I feel like an Ethereal Armor out of Derrick is like the super death times for Mr. Lichquitz.
See if you can...
I can't tell with the card. I think that's a plating.
Yeah, I believe that's cranial plating sitting next to the Ornithopter over there.
Matt could really use another land, but
looks like Midnight's going to take one for the team here.
Yeah, he's going to get trampled over though.
I mean, he's obvious. I think at this point, saving one life's not going to matter, so he's probably just going to sacrifice it to the Ravager. We do see 20-sided dice in the Ravager, so there's a good chance that he's planning on sacrificing quite a lot of cards to that. 8. So it doesn't take much more from Derrick.
And 41.
And 41. Let's not forget.
Let's not forget. And Matt is not in the position to deal 10 points of poison.
Correct.
So
he does not have anything close to the board state required for that setup.
So
I mean,
I'm
not sure what Matt could do in this. He has a Thought Cast in his hand. He can't really cast because he doesn't have any blue mana. I mean, this deck does play a lot of color sources, though. Oh, it looks like he found one.
Found one.
I'm not quite sure what it was.
It's got to be a Glimmer Void.
Yeah, Glimmer Void, maybe. Because his earlier lands were Blink Pondex's Mountain, so...
He didn't have a land. He drew a land this turn. It had to be blue.
Derrick's the only one who's been missing land drops here. But, I mean, the deck's 1 and 2 mana spells.
The deck plays like 17.
Yeah.
Like, it's 1 and 2 mana spells. The only thing Derrick really wants right now is a fetch land, to be quite honest. He only wants the fetch land so he could fetch up Triad Arbor in case of some random main deck sacrifice creature effect. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he had a
Mountain.
No, that was a, what is that? Oh, it's a Mox Opal.
Mox Opal, yes.
He drew Mox Opal.
Okay.
We're tapping a mountain to cast...
Vault Scourge?
Vault Scourge.
I mean, it's pretty easy to pick out a Vault Scourge. It's the only black-looking one. And Cranial Plating, so maybe...
He's going to try to block and not be dead.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, First Strike kills it,
like,
so...
Like, I don't know if
Matt...
Matt...
Need a game of life.
Matt, I assume Matt's thinking he can just take another 6, go to 2.
Is there any way he sacrifices enough artifacts to his Ravager to give the Vault Scourge enough toughness to where it doesn't die?
He needs 6.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, plus the Cranial Plating is going to lose a lot of power.
Yeah,
so.
like, he needs 6.
Yeah.
And he needs 7 counters on. He needs 6 counters on it to live through long enough to kill the Voltron dude. Right. And that's if Derrick just doesn't play any enchantment in his deck to try to go.
You know what? I know Derrick. He's probably figured that this is enough, and he's just going to wait to see if his opponent can actually answer this. And then then he's going to unload more enchantments onto it. Because this was a 3-turn clock to begin with. There's nothing more he could add to shorten the clock. So.
The only thing that he could have possibly added to shorten the clock would have been, like, Ethereal Armor, maybe.
Exactly.
Because it would have been +5/+5.
Exactly.
So, and Ethereal Armor just kills him through whatever plan he has at this point. Like... I'll sack a bunch of artifacts, try to get toughness. Like, that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing I can see Derrick tapping out for maybe is like a Core Spirit Dancer at this point.
Like, even then, like, there's not even a reason to play it. Like, he's had like 3 turns of just not doing anything to draw cards.
That's true.
Like, Derrick's a really big Keen Sense fan.
I mean, maybe Matt's...
Is that a Rancor? That's another Rancor.
Well, I mean, that's one you obviously throw on the board. It gives you 2 more life, and the extra 2 power is going to make that Trample is lethal at this point.
Like, it's just lethal.
Yeah.
Like,
if that is a 6 and not an 8, then he's obviously dead. So
that is a 6. That is a 6, so I do not particularly foresee
anything.
Matt's like doing math and like
he's trying
to figure out how much he can soak and then put counters on Vault Scourge to try to attack back.
I think he's trying to figure out my play of just make the guy have a bunch of toughness and just realizes there's no way he's going to work. So looks like Ornithopter got in front and then a sacrifice. No, he probably couldn't sacrifice. So Derrick figures, okay, we'll just put another Bogle in play, so next turn I can just throw a couple more enchantments on it.
He was at 8, so he went to 2 by blocking 4 toughness worth of creatures.
Okay, so...
No, 4, yeah, and then
I mean, Matt's got to be looking for...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, he was at 6. He took 4 from after blocking 4 toughness creatures. I have no idea what Matt's looking for.
Maybe like an S champion somehow gets flying and blocks. I don't know. Well, it's like a
it doesn't even need flying.
I mean, it looks like he has a welding jar in play, so he can keep something alive if he's able to find a blocker.
Can I get you guys something to drink?
Oh,
okay. Good? Can I get you another water? I'll get you another water. I'll get you another water.
Our producer Joe getting us water and drinks and things.
Taking care of us, you know.
57 life. That just has to feel like really awful.
I think Matt just figured it out.
He's like, there's no way I can get there. Like his hand was not nearly as explosive.
He has to get a lot of resources in play to be able to beat that board state, and he was losing 2 creatures every turn in combat. There was, I mean, this deck doesn't play Frog Mites and all like.
I've seen Derrick's sideboard. I don't know what he's bringing in. I can't remember. He's probably bringing in Nature's Claim because he can overcome the 4 life. Like, easily, and like. Whatever.
I mean, there's not much sideboarding he has to do for this matchup.
This matchup is actually really good for him.
If there's any extraneous sideboarding, it's probably what he sees out of Matt game 2 if it goes to a game 3, that type of thing. Matt probably has Spellskites in his sideboard, so artifact creatures, obviously getting his Boggles. He's going to be on the play, so maybe that...
Yeah. And so that's why I think that he might be bringing in the Nature's Claims because he's got to get rid of it. Like he can't beat that card otherwise. Mm-hmm. He's just like pay 2 life to steal your aura, pay 2 life to steal your aura, and then he's dead because he stole a lifelink aura and an ethereal armor and he kills him. Like that's fine. You control the aura, so even if I let your other auras resolve, my guy gets bigger. Mm-hmm. So,
as far as Matt's other sideboard options, can you think of anything other than Spellskite that could be in a generic sideboard?
Not really.
Okay. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about playing Wear and Tear in the sideboard of Infinity now.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. He's playing the red, so he could play it as a Shatter in the Affinity Mirrors, and then if he gets the Mox Opal, Glimmer Void, Springleaf Drum in play, he can...
Kill Boggle stuff.
Right. Because he may be going up on the burn spells and then trying to kill the lifelink enchantments and just hoping to race.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely a thing. Derrick is siding in 3 or 4 cards.
Yeah,
because he might have Pithing Needle on his board too, like for Spellskite.
So, because I can't imagine there's a scenario where he has enough answers in his sideboard for all the enchantments that he can answer every single one of them. So I think that
back to basics or something, maybe Tempest of Light.
Right.
Like that's a blowout here. And there's
back to nature, not back to basics.
Oh yeah, back to nature.
Basics would be very good for him.
That would be amazing. Back to nature would be really good. It costs 2, so he could have it, but
right. But your typical affinity removal spells like Dispatch, Galvanic Blast, Strato Blast, they can't kill any of his creatures.
They don't kill any of his creatures.
They kill Core Spirit Dancer, which might be relevant, but
as long as they don't get any enchantments on her, that kills Core Spirit Dancer. Because as soon as they start getting enchantments on her, it doesn't kill her at all.
That is true. They don't play Eel Umbra or any flash enchantments, so
But Hyena Umbra sometimes on turn 3 could just be good enough because you didn't have the Gav Blast up, and you're like, I got a 5/5 first striker, guys. It's gonna be great. Yeah.
All right. And Derrick is gonna be on the draw, so he's probably gonna be able to hit his first 3 land drops to be able to pull something like that off on turn 3. So. Okay. Looks like Matt's doing some pile shuffling, and I don't think any mulligans have taken place yet. So
not yet. They haven't gotten to that.
Okay.
Matt can't be feeling good about that last game.
He's on the play though. I think. Oh, he has the Spell Pierces. So I want to talk about this. Ari Lax posted a list of affinity for Modern for Spell Pierces. I believe his list was typical. Nothing crazy, no Master of Ethereums or anything like that, but the spell base was 3 Galvanic Blast, 3 Spell Pierces, and it was a very streamlined 4x of everything version.
Yeah.
So Matt may be on something like that. I believe the welding jars are new, though. I don't remember that out of Arilax's list, but I could very well be wrong.
I think, yeah. He went down to 3 thought casts in that list too.
Oh, that's right.
Which I don't know if that's right, but
yeah.
It's one of the more powerful cards in the deck.
Speaking of thought casts, while we're in the middle of sideboarding, what do you think about the new green instant out of Theros?
It draws cards when the creature deals damage.
This is the first time we've had that card as instant speed. It's always been an aura or a sorcery speed card.
The card's really powerful. Like it's really good. Mm-hmm. Like it's a thought cast. Like,
right.
Like I'm a green deck. I'm attacking.
What do you think about maybe playing green and Affinity for
that card?
For 2 thought casts.
I mean, that could be really good. Yeah. Like I got this Midnight draw, attack you, draw two cards.
In Legacy, we have Shardless Agent, which is a green and blue artifact creature.
That is true. I don't know how good that is though.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I mean it's Cascade into Ornithopter. I mean, like fist bump, I guess. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's not the best either.
Exactly, that's the problem here.
Like
you can also hit cranial plating off of it. So
I mean, well then sometimes you win. Like it's the same thing with Charlotte's Bug. Sometimes you just can't recall.
There are a lot of blanks there. I mean, you got Midnight, Mox Opal. Although Mox Opal is not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah,
but
you don't have to cast them.
But Springleaf Drum and this type of thing is clearly going to be a whiff.
Yes.
So.
Well, I mean, you get the creature and the Springleaf Drum.
You get the 2/2 for 3.
Yeah, you get the 2/2 for 3 and the Springleaf Drum, and
then you can cast your
real
card and draw 2 cards.
You have to have attackers in play too.
Hey, Affinity plays a lot of flyers. Anyways, this game is now underway.
We Inkmoth Nexus into turn 1 Vault
Scourge, and it looks like we have a Temple Garden take 2. And
take 3. We're starting 17 for Derrick Dyer here. He used Verdant Catacombs.
Ah, I see.
So we're casting a Boggle.
We are, or a Gladecover Scout. So
well, we're casting a Boggle-like creature.
Yes.
It's gonna roll around for a bit.
That's true. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
is that what Boggles do in free time? They roll around.
They roll around. Clearly.
I'm
pretty sure that I saw the Whip Flare in Matt's hand. I wonder if he has the red source.
That was a card we forgot about.
Because he doesn't have the red source. That's really awkward.
He has a Springleaf Drum though.
That's a Signal Pest?
Maybe there's no way he has a Springleaf Drum in his hand. Opal. So
we have the red, but he needed the Metal Crab.
Okay, so he may have a double Signal Pest here.
Double Signal Pest.
Okay, so Matt's got the Lifelinker and the Flyers in play, so maybe he can stay alive long enough to kind of beat Derrick in his own game.
That Whip Flare is not going to be very good, because I promise you Derrick did not keep a hand that has no enchantments.
That's true.
Unless he has the Spirit Link Rancor draw again, that's just really unfortunate.
Or Keen Sense. That is another one. I don't know if Derrick's playing that particular card, but
he is playing Keen Sense.
So
I've played with Derrick.
So there are a handful of ours that don't pump toughness, but there's not a lot.
There's a good chance that he's gonna play like Spider Umbra this turn.
Block.
Actually, no. Like I think he's 4 and 3 on the Umbras like that.
Right.
But like I'm pretty sure we're going for the Spider Umbra plan here.
Yeah.
Because that's really what we want right now.
I mean, it could be Hyena Umbra also. That's another totem armor.
Rancor?
Oh, so that's a non-toughness boosting.
That's a non-toughness boosting one.
So
I don't know if that's good for Derrick.
Okay, so there's 3 enchantments you could play here. Ethereal Armor and the 2 armors we were talking about. It's the only thing that would save this Boggle from a Whip Flare.
And the Whip Flare is going to be devastating if he just doesn't have it. Right. And
I don't think that this modern version of ours plays Mending Touch.
No. But he is fetching now, which is unusual for Derrick because he, with decks that could theoretically have black, he really likes to keep up his fetch lands for
Shadowed out.
Well, no, not Shadowed. He likes to get our Dryad Arbor so that he doesn't get his dude sacrificed. Right. I really feel like this means he has Hyena Umbra or something. Ethereal Armor, which is perfect.
There you go.
Plus
Boggle has
2
3
plus
toughness.
2. Boggle has 3 toughness. He's attacking for 5.
Yes.
Yeah,
and First Strike and Trample. So
we are underway.
Signal Pest with 1 toughness is probably not going to be stepping in front.
Well, I didn't expect the Signal Pest to step in front at all. I think Matt is now on the we can't Whip Flare you plan. We're going to start activating this Inkmoth.
He is not he's not in a bad spot here. He's got the Lifelinker in play that's going to be swinging for 3 a turn. And
he's got the 3 points of poison
right,
damage.
and even though he's stuck on 2 mana, the deck does play a lot of cards that get very cheap very quickly.
Yeah.
So, Thoughtcast, for example.
I think he has a plating.
Right.
I think I saw the plating in his hand, and...
I can't imagine you can keep a hand in Affinity without a plating or a Ravager.
Thoughtcast.
Okay, see, like I said,
we're trying to find a land.
Foil Thoughtcast. I mean, you think he should just get it out of his way and just foil out the rest of the deck?
I wouldn't want to be getting those foil Mox Opals right now.
Yeah, I mean, they can't be more than $50.
Yeah, well,
that's an definite.
Well, you also have to think about things that Matt Lichquitz owns. Guru Island. Didn't know it was a Guru Island. Just had it in the stack when he started to play Magic again.
He knew it was an old land. I just don't think that when he was going through his old cards, he realized that it spiked in price.
Oh no, he had no idea.
He just thought it was a really cool looking island. He's like, "Fucking, I'm playing it."
Yeah.
So
Michael Walters told us about that story where he just sleeved up Delver, played the island against him turn 1. He's like, "What? Where'd you get that?" He's like, "I had it in my stuff. I bought
it's like, do you have more?"
You have more? He goes, "No." He's like, "Well, that's like a $200 land, like at the time."
At the time, I don't keep up with Guru prices.
Me neither. I don't. I just assume they stabilized at around 150 or 200.
You know what? If I had to guess, the red ones and the blue ones are probably the most expensive.
Derrick really needs like Shatterstorm.
Derrick has access to the cards that matter, so we haven't seen a Spell Scott yet from Matt, so he's not. Derrick's not. Right, there you go. So we had the Ravager / Cranial Plating, which Affinity really needs. And I think you were right. I just got a glimpse of his hand, and it looks like we got a Cranial Plating in there. Yeah. So next turn we have a cast and equip. He's up to 4 mana sources now, so his entire deck is live at this point.
Yep.
So
Derrick's gonna try to race here. He knows that.
I don't know if a race is possible at this point. Once he puts Cranial Plating on his Vault Guards, Derrick's going to have to find a flying or a reach enchantment.
Well, if he finds the reach enchantment, then...
I guess Lifelink could theoretically do it also. A random Lifelink enchantment. But if... I don't know how all-in Matt is here. Derrick has to really stare at Matt and see if he wants to attack here. Because Matt can theoretically eat his Bogle.
That's fair.
Theoretically.
The question is, how...
Ooh,
Daybreak Cornet?
Okay, so we found Matt just reeled back there. He was like, God.
Well, now we have double First Strike Lifelink Vigilance. So what we really still want is that Spider Umbra.
Does the Cornet not grant flying?
I believe again it grants First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Plus 3/+3.
I knew it was 3 abilities, so those could be...
So he has a 7/7, a 9/7 First Striking, Lifelinking, Trampling Bogle. With Vigilance, I mean, we were on this plan.
This is still fine. Matt's going to be gaining as much life as he's being dealt, and even though Derrick has the initiative here with the higher swing, he's not going to get too low.
Yeah. So I mean, the other thing is he can just kill him with his Inkmoth Nexus.
That is very true. We were talking about that earlier. Where we have
a second one. That's real good.
So Derrick has to have a gut shot or a dismember here to get rid of this Inkmoth, and I don't think this deck plays him. What do you think about playing? What is that card? Chain to the Rocks in your Auras deck. Do we play Stomping Grounds?
That's a bit deep. Could be okay. Could be okay. I don't know if I want to get Tectonic Edged or Ghost Quartered.
I mean, this deck doesn't have 4 lands in play ever.
I don't want to get Ghost Quartered from a Rock Chain.
Okay, that's fair. That one is fair.
Oh man. Okay. Plating.
There was the plating. So what do we
plating, got? It's got to be on the Nexus.
That's not. It looks like it's on the.
It's on the Nexus.
Okay, yeah. So he was covering it up there for a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That
8,
seems like a million.
9.
I think Ravager.
I think he's dead.
I think Ravager's probably going to eat himself and then.
Oh no, that's like 11 if he just attacks with these 2 creatures.
Oh yeah, he has the Battle Cry effect. The Battle Cry from the Signal Pest also.
So, unless Derrick has the most pro thing ever, What if he actually has the Nature's Claim?
Oh wow!
How
he does have Green Album. We were talking about that. So
how ridiculous would it be to just be
or
Nature's
even Path
Claim?
to Exile.
Nope, we're skipping up our cards.
Or, like I said, even Path to Exile. We're talking about all these random off-color Phyrexian and Romana spells, and
I'm like,
Path to Exile in format.
You can just have a path,
Yeah. So
Turns out 11 points of poison's a thing. Really have to if we don't want to.
Oh,
all right, well, that was uneventful. I think Derrick's going back to his sideboard. He can't be happy about that.
And there
loss.
we have the Vault Scourge keeping Matt alive. Or theoretically keeping Matt alive. I
seriously, the Spider Umbra. Like, I felt like when I was talking to Derrick about the Spider Umbras and how he was working with his deck, I was like, I like Spider Umbra.
Was he not? Is he not playing them?
Oh, no, he's playing them.
Okay.
He's just playing more Hina Umbras than Spider Umbras. And, like, I felt like the way that you lose to, like, Affinity and you lose to, like, the red, white, blue decks is, like, they like, keep tapping you out and they resolve, like, a Vendilion Clique and you're like, I can never block this.
That's fair. I mean, I understand where he's coming from with the first strike and everything, but, I mean, he has Ethereal Armors, so I don't... Mm-hmm. It's not an effect he's short on. Okay. These are new sleeves from Derrick. Did he pick these up?
I don't know. I'm not actually sure. That's a thing. That's new for me, too.
Yeah.
So, looks like we're getting ready for Game 3. Derrick gets to be on the play.
All right. Did we see any of these players modifying for Game 3?
I don't really know. I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, Derrick didn't see anything out of the ordinary. He did. Actually, I don't think he saw a single card that he may have sided in.
No, he just died to Affinity doing what Affinity does.
So he either assumes that Matt's not playing enough whip players to draw them, or it was just stuck in his hand. So.
Well, that's why he played the Ethereal Armor. Like, he was like, He's looking at him like he kept his hand for a reason, because the hand wasn't super explosive.
I had a feeling he might have a removal spell in his hand, because he hesitated for a second on cracking that Verdant Catacomb.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a ploy. He just wanted Matt to think that he had the removal spell in his hand. So.
Yeah. Well, he hesitated because he doesn't know what color of stuff that
our coverage
is being brought in.
Our what do you want to call him?
Our producer.
Technical, producer.
There we go.
Producer
Joe Plank.
He is joining us.
Derrick is on the play.
And that basic mountain is in his hand again. It loves him.
And we're going to see if Derrick can outrace those Ink Moth Nexuses again.
He's got, like we were talking about, the flying or reach auras are definitely at a priority.
The reach auras, because there's no flying ones in green-white. Because otherwise we would have had them.
I could have sworn that there was another...
Yeah, there's Spider Umbra.
Spider Umbra is the reach one.
Yeah.
There's flying.
Hyena. Yeah, there's no flying.
There is a flying one, but it's really bad.
Right.
No, it costs 4.
Oh, okay.
It's Armament Ascension.
You play with Daybreak Coronet. It does not grant flying, right?
First Strike, Lifelink, and Vigilance.
No flying.
All right. I mean, clearly he would have blocked.
He would have blocked.
Yeah.
We were just making sure.
I forgot it didn't have flying when I was playing it once, but it didn't matter because they had what do you call it? Protection from creatures.
Right.
Spirit Mantle, which is another thing that Derrick is playing.
Derrick is playing Spirit Mantle.
He is at least playing 1 or 2 Spirit Mantles, I think, in his list.
Okay.
Did Derrick mulligan?
No, it looks like
Derrick
cards.
on the mulligan.
Yep.
Derrick totally mulliganed this game.
Okay.
Something that Boggles does.
Our editor has got us covered here. Derrick is on a mulligan.
I told Fritz.
Fritz is on it. Like he is super there.
So this little text.
Yeah. You can hear it.
This text box is not movable.
I don't think there might be a way to.
I mean, we've moved it at this point to where he's not covering it.
Yeah.
Is Derrick on the mulligan again?
Matt's hand's looking a lot better.
Well, when your opponent's going to 5, I feel like it looks really great.
Boggles mulligans to 5 really well.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like, I couldn't play Boggles because this shit would happen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
At some point, I'd be very upset.
So do you think the aggressor is really just whoever's in the play?
The aggressor is whoever has more things in play.
Yeah,
whoever
and
finds
or more bigger things in play, because Derrick never has more things in play. He just has something that's much bigger than the other.
But both of them present a threat on their opponent, so it's really up to the first 2 turns of the game to establish who actually has the tempo here.
Yeah.
And that is a mulligan to 5.
That is a mulligan to 5, and that's...
and we're now calling him D-Rock.
He's D-Rock. D-Rock is on a mulligan to 5.
D-Rock.
And it's not very good.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. His hands were really good the first 2 games.
He could just have some keen sense and rancors and ethereal armors though, and just still get through. Yeah, some cards. So.
He really wants like rancor,
Spirit Dancer. He hasn't played that yet, so
he hasn't played a Spirit Dancer yet. But he also probably he has them in his deck because he has to have the creatures. Right. But it's not the one he wants to draw. Like he wants to have it so he can draw cards, but he's pretty positive Matt left in at least a Whip Flare, so he's not going to actually get to be able to use it.
Matt doesn't really put all of his eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
So having a single solitary large blocker is not going to help much in matchups. Unless that's
we've shocked ourselves with a Temple Garden on turn 1
and
to play Glade Cover Scout.
All right, we got the 1-mana guy. So
we got a 5-card hand that is remotely playable.
Might have found it.
If he just gets there with like double Ethereal Armor Rancor, I'm just going to be like, well, Derrick's the best Magic player ever.
All right, we have Mountain into Springleaf Drum and Ornithopter into Mox Opal. Okay. Do we have a 2-drop?
I don't know.
I think that may have been a Whip Flare in his hand also. You think he's just firing it off now? He has to, right?
He's thinking about it. Like, do I kill my guy? He's not gonna
kill his own guy if he does.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's not. Oh,
Inquisition. Okay.
All right. Well.
Okay. There's the Keen Sense that would have gotten him out of the mulligan. I don't know if that's. Oh, the Spider Umbra. That might be the take here.
The Spirit Link, the Spider Umbra. Man,
so. You have an option here. Spider Umbra is pretty important in this matchup, but Keen Sense is really good when your opponent's on a mulligan to 5. So,
well, I mean, if he takes the Spider Umbra,
because he didn't have a second land as a stand,
he can't hit him. He's got the Ornithopter in play, so I think he took
the Spider Umbra.
He took the Spider Umbra because it's got to be correct.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna cast Signal Pest.
I think he.
And he also now knows he has no way to pump his Boggle.
Storm count is now 4.
When they print that free storm spell.
Oh, a grape shot, man. Empty the Warrens.
All right,
anyone?
So here's the problem. Here's the problem with Derrick's hand.
You can Hercules recall herself, cast all your drops.
I have a bad feeling that Derrick just does not win this game. Like the Umbra was the take because he has the Whip Flare. And unless Derrick draws something, like he has to draw a Spider or Hyena Umbra to stop the Whip Flare from killing it.
Yep.
Like right now.
Keen Sense. Let's see if. I mean, he has an attack now, so the Signal Pest is going to have to
either block or give him an extra card. And
Matt's taking it, so
if
Derrick draws a land, he might be able to get it out of 3 toughness.
That's assuming he drew the card Ethereal Armor and a land.
Well, Misty Rainforest.
Misty Rainforest.
That is halfway there.
Do we have it? Or nope. Matt's untapping, and that means we're getting Whip Flared this game. And he drew Thoughtcast too.
Right. I mean, Derrick can.
Wow.
Derrick can, however, fetch out a Dryad Arbor, so he has another creature he can start chaining up. But this is not good.
So we're gonna draw a couple cards here.
That looks like another Inquisition of Kozilek.
That's brutal.
That is brutal.
Well, he can't play it. He didn't draw land. So
he has a Springleaf Drum. He can tap the Ornithopter.
He can tap the Ornithopter and the Springleaf Drum to cast the Whip Flare, which he has to do before Derrick draws any more cards. Unless he just wants to cast Inquisition and get greedy.
No, I like it. Go ahead and Whip Flare him. Maybe he draws some auras that get strained into his hand, and he can take the Daybreak Coronet out of his hand with the Inquisition later stages of the game.
Yeah.
Because any threat that Derrick casts at this point, he's not going to be able to put a large aura on it because he's just got 2 lands.
Yeah.
So
Derrick is not
Totem Armor, 1-drop.
Yeah.
So
Derrick is not in a good position this game when he mulliganed to 5.
It wasn't quite a 2-for-1 though. So because the Keen Sense did get him a card, so it wasn't as brutal as it could be. And Matt's not killing him, so he's got time.
He had all the
pressure.
Matt's not killing him.
He had all the ansers, but nothing to do.
So, I mean, Derrick has a couple of enchantments.
So he's going to get Inquisitioned again.
Yeah.
Or
that's the problem. I have not seen an affinity list go like this, go this hard on discard, but
playing Pox.
I think
so we're going to take the Rancor here.
Yeah, that's the repeatable enchantment.
And the one that you just can't deal with.
Well, Derrick's on a mulligan. You don't want to give him extra resources. Like, Rancor provides him the extra resource. They can keep.
I feel like Derrick is really trying to draw like Core Spirit Dancer
anything.
At this point.
Like Derrick's
like
probably
he's on any creature. Like Core Spirit Dancer is like the best.
Derrick is just hoping that there's not Steel Overseer, Ravager, or Cranial Plating over there.
Well, unfortunately for Derrick, there is
cards.
Actually, I believe in Matt's hand, he does have an Etched Champion.
Okay.
Which means it blocks any creature at this point, and he doesn't gain life. So unless he finds something.
He would have to get a Spirit Mantle in order to get past that. So
yeah.
So he's not fetching for Dryad Arbor, so maybe he's on a different plan.
No, he's just trying to he has a Spirit Link. Like, what's he gonna do? Put it on the Dryad Arbor?
I mean, if he draws a David Cornet, he's really gonna wish that he had Dryad Arbor in play.
That's true. He drew a Horizon Canopy.
The card we're talking about just had a recent spike. Which you
he's gonna just draw a card.
Which you guys can come in and buy at the Game Haven. We do sell those.
I wonder if Derrick brought in the retether, because I got him to play one retether as a cute card in the sideboard. I think.
What is that? 4 mana?
It's 4 mana, but it returns all the auras from your graveyard to play. So he would just be like, "Oh, you made me discard them. Hit the 4th land drop, and just be like, Keen Sense, Rancor." Just Spider Umbra, I got you, which would be really strong here. But I don't think he has it because he cracked the Horizon Canopy. But I mean, he had to draw it to draw this. So.
Right. Also, one thing I was forgetting about is that Daybreak Cornet is double white, so he wouldn't be able to cast Spirit Link Cornet at the same turn.
Yeah.
So if he capped the Dryad Arbor.
So this is not very good.
Its champion is
now in play.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it may have been better just to have a Steel Overseer this split.
At this point, yes.
Yes. I mean, he's already winning, so it's easy to make that argument. But
I mean, it's not bad to have that guy in play.
Right.
It doesn't block everything.
It means that future Ravagers and Cranial Platings are just
amazing. So Derrick is at 15.
Yeah.
Matt's at 19. So.
And that Ornithopter who's been tapped for mana every single turn is suddenly going to start attacking. The extra 1 damage is going to actually put him up a turn.
So he drew Ethereal Armor, Spirit Link, which means he can't gain life. Because
he would attack and it wouldn't do anything. He would just block with the S-Champion. So
yeah,
he's just leaving him back.
He put him in place so that he can theoretically draw like Rancor.
Right.
Because Rancor seems just amazing here.
Mm-hmm. No, I can't imagine him playing anything that gets rid of S-Champion. I haven't seen Ghostfire. Ghostfire hasn't seen play since like the weird people at the bottom of the tables back when it was a standard.
I don't even I am one to play random road cards. That was not me. Oh my god. Well, there's the Ravager.
There's the Ravager. So okay, so we're on 2-turn clock. It's no longer a 3-turn clock. And Derrick is on draw. I don't even know. I guess Unflinching Courage is a card he can draw.
That will be real good here. Give it Trample and just...
Well, the lifelink would actually be able to get through at that point.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing is it won't happen because he'll just make the champion big enough to trade. I mean, it'll be a 6/6. So he can easily make it a 6/6.
Killing or crushing all my hopes and dreams.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to pull through for Derrick here.
I'm telling you, he needs to destroy all into artifacts.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he plays.
Back to Nature. Or not Back to Nature. What was it? Creeping Corrosion. That's the card we're looking
for. That would be pretty cool with his draw step of land Creeping Corrosion to 1 card. Would be awesome.
A hope and a dream. It's all. We play Tumble Magnet and tap on his champion.
How pro would that be? Just like,
And then he blocks a Ravager and makes it huge.
At least you trade.
At least you trade.
His first strike, at least you kill all the things, and then that wouldn't have protection from all colors.
It's fair.
Because he has 1.
I mean, I'm not going to count up a hypothetical scenario like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's curious to see how much he has for the S-Champion in general. Fair. So he has 6 artifacts in play.
He currently has 9. Actually, no Glimmer Post.
That's a Glimmer
8.
Void, so he has 8 in play. So, what did Derrick draw? He's tapping a mana for it.
Rancor. There's Trample.
There's Trample.
Okay. Does he have anything else?
No, he has no cards.
Anything at all? Come on,
he got
Derrick.
double Inquisition with a
on a mold of 5, and his Keen Sense died.
Yeah,
it's all bad.
I'm pretty sure Matt has this game.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't.
That is not much of a stretch.
That can't be much of a stretch.
The thing is, Matt swings in with everyone. Whatever he blocks with, he sacrifices a Ravager so he doesn't gain life, and then makes one guy huge, and he's just dead.
Yeah.
11. I'm not sure if he's able to put 11 at his opponent, but he can put close to it. And there's the Ink Moth, so we even have a backup plan to the onboard win.
That was a pretty good draw step for Mr. Witchquit.
Oh, jeez. Quite a few mana sources, actually. You don't see Affinity on 5 mana all the time. But
5? He's on like 6. He has double Spring Leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's on 6 mana, but, having that Etch Champion in play is pretty good.
I mean, any of these can be sacrificed to Ravager to no longer be land. So, they can be Battle Cry.
And now he's just trying to see if he can get 11 onto this Etch Champion and kill him.
Yep.
So I think he can get the Battle Cry trigger to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're just going to count Ink Moth as an artifact at this point.
8, 9,
yeah,
10. Yeah, he can get to 11.
You can?
All right. 1, 2.
With the Battle Cry even. Yep. So Battle Cry.
So 3, 4, 5. He might just not he might just.
Matt's very capable of doing this type of math, so I'm sure if it was a kill, he could do it. Yeah, I mean everything else has flying, so yeah. Okay. So
well, getting to 5 was unfortunate for Derrick in Game 3.
Yeah,
but,
and then a double Inquisition. His Keen Sense never got online. Wasn't able to pick up any toughness boosting enchantments, so.
He had the one, then he got Inquisition. That was...
And we're going to see if Matt even had Spell Skites.
I'm curious.
I'm curious.
He brought in Spell Pierce, 3 Whip Flares, and Inquisition.
He brought in extra Spell Pierces. I believe he started them.
He might have started 2.
He might have started 2, brought in the 3rd one.
Yeah. He had no Spell Skites brought in.
That is 8 cards coming in against this Aura's deck. So
9. Yeah, 8. Yeah, it was 8.
I mean, in your
brought in 8.
In your local environments, in your local environments, this is the deck you're going to place against a lot. So, Welding Jars, yeah.
Steel Overseer?
Looks like he took out
he took out 2 Masters. No, that's Master of Ethereum and
he's
2 Steel Overseers.
He's playing the Master of Ethereums. Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, I wonder what Derrick brought in.
I mean, it's hard to play, not play him when you're playing 8-0 drops in your deck. Yes. So, and Signal Pests.
He brought in...
2 Stony Silences.
He brought in 2 Stony Silence,
a
Suppression Field, and 2 Nature's Claims.
Okay.
Do we have to rename the file?
Okay.
No, it'll do incrementally.
Okay. Well, that was round 2. And we got 2-1 victory from Matt. Congratulations. And
we'll be back for round 3.